Otis culture, fashion and craft.
Hello everyone, you're welcome to Otis Culture. In today's tutorial, I will be showing us on how to cut and sew off-shoulder dress. It is very easy to make. Before I continue, I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you all. And if you are yet to join the family, all you need to do is to click on the red button down below to subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. So without further ado, let's move right to the tutorial. I have my fabric folded into two. I'm cutting for the front and the back bodies together. As you can see, the back is folded into two and the front is folded into two. I use my hip measurement to fold the fabric plus 8 inches because I'm cutting an A-line shape for this off-shoulder dress. This is the measurement of the elastic. It is almost 1 inch. So let me just call it 1 inch elastic. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to measure my elastic casing. I'm going to measure 1.5 inches for my elastic casing. I'll put that into a straight line. This is for my elastic casing. That's 1.5 inches. So I'm going to fold it in. The next thing I'm going to do, I want my off shoulder to start from 5 inches away from my shoulder. So I'm going to place the 5 inches at this line. Then I'm going to measure my chest line. My chest line is 10 inches. From my shoulder to my chest line is 10 inches. So because I want my off shoulder to start from 5 inches, I'm going to place the 5 inches at the edge of the fabric like this, and I'm going to measure 10 inches. My underbust is 15.5 inches. Reason why I'm going to be needing my underbust measurement is because I want the off shoulder to be fitted around my bust area, and I want the A-line shape to start from the underbust. The shoulder to my underbust is 15.5 inches. I'll move forward. Please note, I am measuring from this 5 inches. I'll measure 15.5 inches. At the chest line, I'm going to insert my bust measurement plus about 5 inches. My bust measurement is 44. 44 divided by 4 is 11 inches. This is 11 inches, my bust measurement, plus extra 5 inches. You can do 5 inches, you can do 6 inches, or even 4 inches. It depends on how bogus you want your dress to be. I would do 5 inches. I'll move to the upper part. I'm going to insert the same measurements. Then I will connect it into a straight line. From this line, I'm going to measure 4 inches inward. Then with my French curve, I will connect to the chest line for my armhole. I hope the chalk is visible enough. This is my armhole. I want this off-shoulder dress to be fitted around the underbust, and I want the A-line shape to start from the underbust. So what I'm going to do, at this underbust, I'm going to insert my underbust circumference. The measurement is 40 inches. 40 inches divided by 4 will give me 10 inches plus 3 inches plus 3 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to connect from the chest line to the underbust like this. Then I'm going to connect from the underbust to the edge of the fabric. I'm going to slant it to form the A shape. I'm going to measure about 4 inches. Then I'm going to connect it to the lower parts. So the next thing is to cut it out. This is for the sleeve. The measurement that I have is 15.5 inches by 14 inches. This measurement differs. You can do more, you can do less. There's no standard measurement for the sleeve. So the next thing I'm going to do, remember that at the upper part we measured 4 inches inward. So I'm going to also measure the 4 inches here. This is the 4 inches. Then I will take one of the bodies for me to get the exact shape of the armhole. I'm going to place it I'm going to place the edge on the 4 inches this way. Then I'm going to trace the armhole. Can you see it? Just place one of the bodies on it. Then you trace the armhole. Exactly the shape of the bodies will be the same thing for the sleeve. Then I'll cut it out. So I'm going to pleat the lower part to fit in to the band for the wrist. The measurement I have for the band is my wrist circumference, which is 11 inches plus seam allowance and 3.5 inches height. I actually want the height to be 3 inches. I added half an inch seam allowance to join with the sleeve. So I'm going to put this aside for now. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the bodies, the front and the back bodies, the positive side of the back, positive side of the front, facing each other. I'm going to take to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew the side seam first of all. I'm going to sew the side seam. I'm going to sew 1 inch straight down by the side. I'll move to the other side. I'm going to sew 1 inch seam allowance straight down. This is the band and this is the sleeve. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pleat this lower part of the sleeve. Then I'll take to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew it to the band. I've pleated the sleeve on the band, as you can see. So the next thing to do, I'll turn it to the positive side. This is how it looks at the positive side. I'm going to fold it like this. Then I'm going to sew the seam allowance 1 inch straight down. These are the 2 sleeves that I've sewn. So I'm going to turn the sleeve and the bodies. I'm going to turn all of them to the positive side. This is the bodies. This is one side of the bodies at the armpit area. So I'm going to take the sleeve, positive side facing each other at the armpit area of the sleeve as well. I'm going to place it on the bodies. I'm going to sew half an inch round. The sleeve must fit in to the bodies because we use the body's armpit area to cut out the sleeve. As you can see, it fits in properly. So I'm going to take to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew the sleeve to the bodies with half an inch seam allowance all through. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the bodies as well. Remember that when we were drafting it, I added 1.5 inches for the elastic casing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold in half an inch first of all. Then I'm going to fold in 1 inch. I'm going to sew it round. I'll be making use of 0.75 size of elastic, and for you to know the amount of elastic you will be needing, you will just place the elastic round your shoulder like this. Make sure that it's firm but not too tight. Then you will cut it out. This will be the amount of elastic you will be needing. I've sewn 1.5 inches for the elastic casing round. I left this small opening that I will use to pass the elastic round. As you can see, I sew it round. This is the sleeve. I started from one side of the sleeve. I sew 1.5 inches round. So I'm going to pass my elastic. I've sewn it. As you can see, this is the final look. You can see the elastic. See the sleeve. It's very easy to make. This is the final outcome of today's tutorial. As you can see, it is very easy to make. We've come to an end of today's tutorial. If you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you've not done so. I upload weekly tutorial on my channel. Also remember to click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. Until I come your way next, please stay safe and remain blessed. Bye.